I got distracted last night during the Clipper game. So I'm in a group chat with, like Ian Carmel and Jason Concepcion and Shocker Simon, Aaron Edwards, bunch of dudes, right?
Look at me, Louis.
Look at me, Louis.
I mean, I'm the most famous one from there, but those guys.
Because you were on television, right?
Well, I mean, basically, more or less. Yeah, sometimes less, always less. But it's so like we're like 2-3 minutes left in this Clippers Mavs game, and I'm watching it. Like I'm locked in. Also on Instagram, like I'm just perusing, and I see Kyle Richards from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has posted something with Paris Hilton, who she's related to. I think that's her niece.
Okay,
and
Paris
Kesha.
Hilton has aged quite gracefully.
She has. She's got a big ass baby, and
impressed.
yeah. With the way she lived hard for a while, man. She lived real hard for a while.
I'm impressed.
And so it's the three. It's Kesha, Paris, and Kyle Richards. And so I'm like, what the hell is Kesha up to? So I go to Kesha's Instagram page, and the first thing I click on, I see Daryl Morey has liked it. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right. So I'm like, that's weird that Daryl Morey like it. So I'm scrolling through, and he is liked, I don't know, 85% of her 2024 posts. And I'm like, and so they're like, maybe scoring's gone too far, or maybe like defense has gone too far. The Clippers can't buy a bucket. I was like, yo, Daryl Morey has liked almost all of Kesha's 2024 IG posts. And I felt like it was a perfect representation. It takes us into, do you think he enjoys Kesha more or filing grievances with the league?
Oh my God, he has to love those grievances. He
loves the
gets
grievance.
off to typing up those reports. That man loves nothing more than a goddamn TPS report after his team takes an unfortunate L.
Yeah.
Okay? He did this in 2018 it was, when they bricked 43s and lost a close game. But no, that's not why they lost, Zach.
Why? Why did they lose?
It was because the officials didn't hand it to them on a silver platter.
Because those were the only bad calls in the game. And
bruh. Also, Philly fans, that Maxey shit, he shoved a dude damn near to the ground right before he catches the ball. Okay? So all this shit about foul, he pushed the dude, he fucking, like, it was a blatant just push that went uncalled, and then they didn't call when he got grabbed, okay? No foul, no harm. Grow the fuck up. I don't know why I've never in my life had this officials are out to get me mentality as a fan. Maybe it's because I root for the Jets and the Mets, and it's like
the Mets and the Jets are out to get you, not the refs.
Exactly. Woody Johnson is out to get us in the fucking Wilpons. But like, I've never had this impulse, this instinct. I don't understand it. It's so bitchy and crybaby, like, oh, they're not helping us win. Joel Embiid didn't get the defensive rebound for the 50th time in a row. But the refs, and he missed the three, and Maxey got his shit punched at the rim, but it's the refs,
Yeah. I like Waz's. It's all right. I saw that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I like Waz's. Waz's whiny voice is way better than Amin's whiny voice. Like it's way better.
The face puts it over the top.
It does. Do you think this is always
a cry phase?
It's working.
Do you think this has always been the way fan bases are? Do you think this is a product of social media? And like, because now it's like, it's easier to share conspiracy theories. And it's like, hey, I thought the refs are bad. Well, now everyone thinks the refs are bad. So they're clearly out to get us. Like, because I've noticed that with that game, the Laker game, which we'll get to, all that stuff. Like, I'm just like, is it fun? And granted, like, I get it. You're rooting for a team. It didn't work out. You feel like you got screwed because you didn't like this call and this call and this call, whatever. Right. And I'm not even saying they're good calls, but I am dumbfounded at how whiny everything has gotten from not just fans, but players and organizations as well.
So I'll say this. Back in the days, and you'll remember this, Zach, people used to cry about you can't touch Jordan. I know, like, as a person who grew up in New York with Knicks fans, with the fouling ass Pat Riley Knicks, like, these guys were hacks. Let's not get into it. These guys were freaking playing, they were grappling out there. They were wrestling dudes out there. Yeah. And all you would hear from Knicks fans, the Jordan shit is bullshit. Like, you can't even touch Jordan, blah, 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 blah. Like, that was persistent. Another one that you would always hear, that Duke always got the benefit of the whistle from the refs or whatever. You would hear that about Duke, like, Duke get all the calls, blah, blah, blah. But you'll notice that Duke, college blue blood, always winning, like Krzyzewski's been in like 20 Final Fours, and Michael Jordan, winner of 6 championships. We were not applying that standard to a 49-win Knicks team who's led by a fucking guy who's 6 feet tall. This is not some juggernaut who's just, the powers that be or conspiring to create this juggernaut. It's the fucking New York Knicks, man. What the fuck? Like, one of the most historically inept franchises in the history of the league. Give me a break. They're just getting all the calls and the refs are cheating. And it's crying like some bitches, Philly fans. Y'all acting like some bitches out there.
But the league needs the New York market. You don't know that? You didn't know that?
It's
all over Twitter.
Looks depressingly glum and monotonous. His eyes glazed over.
Looks like Man City just lost.
Man City just fricked it off of the crossbar. Zach, I think refs have always been a source of blame and scorn by fans.
Absolutely.
Umpires and baseball, etc.
But has it been this whiny?
I do think that it's gotten worse because of things like the replay center, which we'll talk about with our friend LeBron.
The replay.
And instant replay getting super slow motion and detailed, and you can see everything, the strike zone box on baseball games, and then the last 2-minute report.
Oh my God, this fraudulent ass report.
Which
I love, like Tom Thibodeau said.
What purpose?
Silver, like if Adam Silver.
Hold on. Let me answer that. Tim Donaghy influenced games with in gambling and inside information, the way he was calling games. So now we have a last 2-minute report. That's essentially what it is.
It's his legacy. It's the Donaghy legacy.
It's this happened, and then at some point, Adam Silver and League said, well, there's all this money in gambling. We might as well get some of it, which I don't fault them for. Thank you. I actually thank you, gambling, for pumping up the business, because I think there'd be a lot fewer jobs if we didn't have gambling, right? Now, I truly think that that's the reason for the last 2-minute report. Your hand was forced to be quote unquote transparent. Tom Thibodeau was asked about it. He's like, I'd like to see the 46-minute report. Yeah. Like, I don't care about because that's really what it is.
Are we auditing these games now? Are we going to go through with the tooth and comb?
But the officials are audited by the league.
Every single game. Yeah.
All of their calls are reviewed for how accurate they are to the actual rules.
Yes.
These things already are in place, and their ineptitudes are generally consistent, meaning if they blow calls against your team, they're going to blow it against your opponent too. Again, the Maxey play being the prime example, he shoved the guy damn near to the ground to get open. Holy fucking shit. Like, the bitching is so crazy to me.
The best part of that play, though, was Joel Embiid throwing GM Kyle Lowry.
At the top of it is justifying the bitching by doing it's like, God, yo, you guys are so insufferable, bro.
That's what I knew the Sixers weren't going to win the series.
I'm going to enjoy this Philadelphia L. I'm going to savor it. I love when the Philly fans get their comeuppance, because let's face it, the Boston fans, they're annoying and obnoxious. The Philly fans are the most obnoxious fans in the country.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
They are. They're the worst. Nobody's worse than them. Nobody's worse.
Yeah. I mean, I'm biased, but I truly think Raiders fans.
In real life. I'm not talking about online, because everybody's a little whiny little bitch ass nigga online. All of y'all are. I got Magic fans in my mentions because I said Paolo wasn't Wembanyama. Now they comparing that nigga to LeBron James now. dumbass online Orlando Magic fans, okay?
Jesus, Waz is
they're all
going at
dummies
it.
online.
Yeah, this is great. We've gotten the New York Waz. We've got the whitey white boy Waz. What other Wazes are we going to unleash?
I still think Raiders fans are the worst. I still think Raiders fans are the worst.
Raiders fans,
they're pretty bad.
Oh, but they're like the worst in a scary sort of way. Like,
no, in a
I feel like you might in a violent kind of way. You might. I was around them.
Yeah, I mean, I've told the story before, but I saw a guy in a Jets jersey get pushed over in a porta potty in a parking lot. He didn't do anything. Crazy. He didn't do anything to it. Just that he wore a Jets jersey. I walked into Oakland Coliseum bathroom, and instead of just waiting, people were just pissing in corners. There's like an inch of piss on the ground. They're just waiting in piss.
What's their most loyal fans are called the Black Hole. Okay.
We used to joke that like
the Raiders fans, okay,
they just haven't been good for a while, you know. Look, you forget about them every once in a while.
I don't think Philly fans are really that bad, but I also didn't grow up on the East Coast. I don't live on the East Coast. I've spent very little time on the East Coast, and so there's a proximity issue in terms of me assessing them. I don't find them bad at all.
So. And we gotta, to take the whole fan base in totality, it's one thing, but like, I want to give you an example that I've personally experienced. Mm-hmm. So I was at Penn State for 2 years. Penn State is in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is on the western end. Philly is on the eastern end. And so when you get to Penn State, it's almost a 50-50 and Philly is like the general Philadelphia area population is way bigger than Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a pretty tiny ass city, but it's almost even distribution of both sports fans. And I recognize that college age males are the most obnoxious people on planet Earth, like that demographic of people. It pretty much doesn't, it's not even close.
Tough to beat, yeah.
Is like they're the most obnoxious people on planet Earth. And
middle school girls and college age males.
Oh my God, the worst.
Who girls?
Middle school girls.
Oh my Lord, Jesus Christ! Don't
Not
even
to derail
get me
you,
started.
Please continue.
And so I never came in contact with either fan base living in New York. You don't know you don't know Eagles fans and Steelers fans, and like. By 2005 and 2006 and 2007, the Steelers are the Steelers, like this storied model NFL franchise that's done a lot of winning. And I'm not going to lie to you, the Steelers fans were generally like kind of classy. Like they do their little, here we go. They do that little song spontaneously as you're walking down College Ave. But it was like, whatever. Steelers fans, they had pride in the team. They loved the team, but like they were just cool. The fucking Eagles fans, oh my God. Every 2 seconds, some idiot in a freaking Westbrook jersey. E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles. That chant it's not even... like phonetically, it's so trash. Like E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles everywhere. They're starting fights. They're throwing beers at. It's like it's always them. It was always them. And then now when I see how these clowns operate, it's just like, ugh. I pray on their downfall, bro.
Pray on their downfall?
Pray on their downfall.
I don't think I've ever prayed on someone's downfall before.
I rooted for the Eagles one time. They were playing the Patriots, and I was quite satisfied. Yeah. Big Dick Nick, the whole thing. It was great. I'm not going to lie. That Eagles Super Bowl.
Philly special.
Backup quarterback whooping on the Patriots. Oh, woo! I got such satisfaction. And it happened on my birthday, Maze.
Yeah.
I was having a birthday party.
Oh, it was during Wasp Month?
On your actual day?
I don't think it was the actual day, but it was
just one of the celebrations. One of the 12 celebrations.
It was my first birthday in Los Angeles. And we had a Super Bowl party / house party, whatever, birthday party, whatever. And the Eagles beat the Patriots for the Super Bowl on that day. Oh, so thank you for that. Other than that, oh, go to hell, Eagles fans. Go to hell, Philly fans.
Speaking of whining about officials, Let's watch this LeBron video following the Game 2 loss, talking about the replay center.
What's the challenge mentally and emotionally after you lose such a heartbreaking game?
I mean, yeah, of course it's a heartbreaking game. You don't ever want to lose in that fashion. I don't understand what's going on in the replay center, to be honest. I said it. I think I said it this year or last year, whatever. D'Lo clearly gets hit in the face on a drive. Mm-hmm. What the fuck do we have a replay center if it's going to go? It doesn't make sense to me. It makes no sense to me. No. It bothers me. Sorry I didn't answer your question, but that shit is like.
I like that beanie.
And then I just saw what happened with the Sixers Knick game too. What are we doing?
He's done. Wow. He gets up and walks away.
Not mentioned there. Quite glaringly, in my opinion, Zach. The wide open 3-pointer that LeBron missed before the Murray shot.
I mean, well, first of all, let's remember in Clutch We Trust. Okay, in Clutch We Trust.
Why we have to remind him?
I just want to make sure that everyone's on board. Just if you have new listeners, we're getting new listeners all the time. So in Clutch We Trust,
needs to be reminded. In Clutch We Trust all day. I'm Clutch We Trust all day. Like, of course.
Now there were two clutch players, LeBron, who missed the wide open three. That would have put them up with, I don't know, what was it, like 18 seconds ago, 16 seconds ago, something like that.
But it would have been 3 points in the...
Would have been up 3, yeah. And then the other clutch player, Anthony Davis, finishing getting absolutely cooked in the fourth quarter. The same day, I believe, or maybe the day after. No. Maybe the day after he was whining that he didn't finish top 3 in Defensive Player of the Year voting.
This can't be the standard.
Because he does it all.
Like, what? Guarding Jokic 1-on-1 is the standard by which we judge Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, he said he doesn't know what else he has to do. Maybe stop. Maybe stop those guys.
What about guarding Jamal Murray, Was? That seems doable, right?
I thought he did a reasonable job. The guy made a fucking fadeaway.
He sold out on the play because he tried to block the shot, and then as it went in, his momentum had carried him into the bench, which is honestly, like, look, we have some cool game winners over the course of history. I don't know that anything's entertained me more than the defender falling into the opposing bench as they celebrate. That is like, it's one of the funniest things you can watch.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And it's not like he was just there. Like, he's literally falling it, trying to keep himself upright.
And then he's stuck.
He's stuck. And you know what? Once a Laker, always a Laker. Contavious Caldwell-Pope coming over and making sure his former teammate was there. His current clutch brother. Yes.
In Clutch We Trust. The brotherhood is strong.
In Clutch We Trust.
I love that Waz calls Contavious Caldwell-Pope Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny. That's my boy. That's my guy.
Great move by Waz.
That's my guy. He's on the all respect team, by the way. Me and my man Sean Little, we came up with the all respect team. Josh Hart.
Yeah.
All respect.
Oh, yeah.
Team.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
To be 6'3" and do all the crazy shit this guy fucking does on a basketball court.
Dennis Rodman on the boards. Like,
that guy has my freaking respect.
Yeah.
Kenny being just fill in whatever they need, locking, trailing Steph Curry, being a movement shooter, being one of their fast break guys, like team guy. I love, by the way, it's Clutch, man. They're good at what they do. I love this season. He said, I'm a Nugget for life. He got a contract coming up, y'all. He said, Nugget for life. I'm like, Kenny.
Okay. He knows what he's doing.
This Tugats is strong in you, bro.
He knows what he's doing.
I want to go back to that clip for a second, though.
Yeah.
There's the question was this your handwriting element of it, where he uses it as a platform to get some shit off that has nothing to do with the question, but then he apologizes for it, which I love.
He did. Yeah.
It's the long ass pause before he goes into the replay center shit.
Well, a moment of silence.
He's looking up at the clock. He's like, "Oh,
you guys got to know the chess player brain is working.
Well, I don't play chess, Woz, but I just want you to know that I don't play chess.
They say I'd be really good at it, though.
But I'd be really good at it if I played chess, but I don't play chess.
I don't play chess, but if I did.
It's like when you're playing chess. I mean, I don't play chess.
I mean, that's just... Yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes. That's one of my favorite quotes.
I read that.
The long ass pause is like, I'm really measuring my response.
It's a brilliant
calibrated
detour. It's a brilliant detour.
Yes.
You know why? Because I didn't see many people mentioning the missed shot.
Bruh.
It's a brilliant detour.
Well,
and that D'Lo play
LeBron,
that happened right
damn
before.
Good in the fourth quarter.
The D'Lo play
happened right before.
Right?
Yeah,
it's in the last 2-minute report, right?
Yeah, it has to be. What?
It was at the end of the third quarter.
Nah.
When D'Lo got smacked in the face?
Yes.
Nah,
that's what he's talking about.
Right. That can't be
crazy.
right. That can't be right.
That's crazy. Anyway, these guys are never going to beat the Nuggets ever again. And it's one of the most funniest things in the history of sports. They're not going to take a game off of these guys again.
Ever.
And they're not going to take a game off of them next year either. This thing might get to the 20s.
So we're talking, that's a minimum 16 straight.
This might get to the 20s.
Might face them in the playoffs. They might face them in the playoffs.
Bruh.
You might get another 1-8 matchup.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough break for the Lake Show.
Welcome to the OG Pod, Wosny edition, Zosny edition, Mazny edition,
Klutch edition,
Klutch edition, and Klutch We Trust edition. Here
That's
on
right.
the
Hashtag Klutch We Trust
podcast network. I'm Zach Harper. That's Wosny Lambre.
That's
That's
homie
Anthony
Farrah.
Mays.
That's my people.
Yep.
I'm just
Anybody else
name
a
dropping
Klutch?
Klutch
Yeah.
employees,
Oh my God. I know. Yeah. Kenny, Farrah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Farrah seems very good at her job.
God.
I bet she's got a nice house.
She deserves it.
Tonight. Oh, we got a couple of barn burners tonight. The Heat and the Celtics. God. Still no Jimmy buckets.
Jesus. Jimmy Butler's not coming back in the playoffs, guys. Like, he's done.
Well, it's just an MCL sprain. I'm sure that's fine.
Did you see how that thing got bent out of place? Like, he's done, guys.
Do you think he could kick Kelly Oubre's ass on one knee? I think he could.
I would pay an amount that I would not be willing to disclose publicly, like a lot of money to see those two in an actual fist fight.
Yeah.
Triple figures for sure.
I was gonna make a joke. I'm not gonna make a joke. That's
wow, you got Zach the pump fake on a joke. Was good job.
Can the Heat take a game in this series? Can Spo junk it up enough?
No.
With coverages and full court presses and zone presses and Tyler Hero can't have a
Tyler Hero, bro. Have you watched that man dribble?
I watched him struggle to dribble against Buddy Hield. He made Buddy Hield in that play-in tournament game look like Scottie Pippen in 91.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
he's there, like, bruh.
Jaime Jaquez has to be looking at this and be like, can't you just fucking turn your body and do some footwork and get up the floor?
Crazy. Yeah. He's
Jaime's
their lead guard right now. Jaime's a good player.
He's made me believe in him even more. I now think he can be a star, seeing the way he handled, and he didn't have a great game against the Celtics, but he didn't seem rattled at all. And he's a rookie.
I love Jaime, man.
Yeah.
He's got the right makeup. He's perfect for Heat culture. I'm a fan of his, and I think Tyler Hero can be effective if he's only playing to his strengths, but his strengths are very limited.
Yeah,
right?
Jimmy has to be out there.
Yeah, it's a one dribble into the pull-up.
Yeah.
It's not of man the pick and roll, come off the screen and fire. He's not good at that. Obviously, his range goes out to pretty deep and he's not a playmaker. He doesn't pass it. He's pretty freaking weak on defense. Like, he's a very limited guy. But I think he's a useful player.
Yes.
It's just, my God, Scary Terry being out is obviously magnifying this because Terry actually has a handle.
But that can't, that also can't.
That can't. Yeah, it can't derail
what's keeping you from competing. No offense to him. I do want to talk about the Celtics a little bit. I mean, it's kind of boring. Like, they're just going to trash this Heat team because you can't. There's no firepower. There's no boogeyman, right? Like, that's Jimmy Butler's out. There's no boogeyman. But Joe Mazzulla, who is the Karl Anthony Towns of coach quotes, he was asked about the Celtics not having any finalists for any NBA awards this season. Did that bother Joe Mazzulla? And Joe said, no, not at all. I think it's beautiful. Why would you get an award for the past? Not a fucking person in Boston had a follow-up question of, what do you think the Larry O'Brien trophy is for?
What is he talking about?
That is mind-blowing.
They don't give the award retroactive to 5 years ago, fam. Like, making the Hall of Fame. What is that? That's
also like Tatum's going to make All NBA. Like, Jaylen Brown's going to make All NBA. They'll have at least one. Yeah. They'll have at least one All Defense, if not more. What are we doing?
Also, we're not talking about Joe Mazzulla for Coach of the Year.
So funny Joe Mazzulla not getting Coach of the Year is like finalist is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
but, all right. You look
hard
at
to win that many games and not get some credit.
Sure, but if you look at it, if you look at it, right, that award typically goes to a coach whose team performed beyond preseason expectations.
For sure,
right?
That's fair.
The expectations were high.
Yes, expectations. I mean, they were title favorites, or at least favorites in the East.
This dominant regular season,
absolutely. But when you look at the finalists, it is Mark Daigneault. That team won 40 games last year. Didn't make playoffs. And have an average rotation age of 23, right?
Yes.
And they were
Daigneault he's a finalist for sure. Yes.
Chris Finch. That team was they ended up the three seed. They were in the running for the 1 seed up until the final day of the season. That is a team that was still a playoff team last year, but was a play-in tournament team, underperformed, had the best defense in the league. Like, I think you can say Chris Finch. And then the other guy is Jamal Mosley, who took the youngest team in the East, and they damn near got the 2 seed.
He's not a Coach of the Year finalist, Zach.
He's pretty good. He's pretty fucking good.
They did a good job. They did a good job in Orlando.
Their defense was as good as the Celtics' defense this year.
They did a good job in Orlando, Zach. That man is not no Coach of the Year.
But that is a team that was bad last year, that did not make the playoffs, did not make the play-in tournament, and then overperformed this year. And I'm just saying, based on how the award historically goes, and I'm not saying Joe Mazzulla, like, if you have Joe Mazzulla on your ballot, I don't think it's crazy.
The point differential of this Celtics team is historic. An overperformance, bro. Like,
it's on par with the 2017 Warriors. Yeah.
Like, they smoked people. Like I think that deserves some recognition. So Joe Mazzulla being in his feelings about it, you know.
Oh well, no, he's not. He thinks it's beautiful.
Yeah,
because why would you get an award for the past?
For the past, what a strange.
I'm trying to figure that out. Still, is he talking about giving awards for the future only?
Is this he looks at the preseason All-American picks for college basketball? He's like, fuck yeah.
Oh,
this is what I want.
Joe Mazzulla a precog?
Or he just loves maybe he loves predictions. Maybe he hates results but loves predictions.
We need to get Joe Mazzulla.
He's a young man, right? He's in his mid-30s.
Bruh, he is so psychopath about basketball. It's borderline scary.
But it's all so corny and fake, right? I just want you to picture all of the quotes that he says. Picture it's Karl Anthony Towns saying it. How do you feel about the quote?
It's insane.
Come on, man. Don't get me wrong, he's an incredible coach. Waiting for some player to come by to film you doing jujitsu after practice. Come on, man.
Did you guys ever see that video of John Wall and Boogie talking about losing to Joe Mazzulla in the Elite Eight?
Yeah, that's actually really funny.
That shit kills me, man.
Yeah, like, that's really funny.
Joe fucking Mazzulla.
Yeah.
Is this first start ever? Yeah, West Virginia.
Yeah. All right, so that will conclude our Celtics Heat coverage of the first round.
We're not going to talk about the past, Zach.
Oh, that's Why would you talk about the past? Thunder Pelicans is the other game tonight. And we had a 94-92 Thunder win. I kind of thought that CJ McCollum leaning three-pointer was going to fall in real time. And so, man, I think the Thunder are much better than the way they played. I also think the Pelicans are much better than the way they played, but it was a great fight. You saw, I think, the inexperience affect the role players for the Thunder, but not Jalen, not Shea, not Chet. I thought Chet's defense, especially down the stretch, was pretty incredible. I'm wondering if Brandon Ingram can get up to speed. He's been bad in the 4 games since he came back from that injury. What was a knee injury, ankle injury? I can't remember what it was.
Lou Dort had that man in prison in game 1. It was crazy.
Haitian sensation.
Yep.
That's right. The biggest. He's one of the biggest Haitians in the league.
Against
Ben Matherin too. He's another great Haitian. I think the Pels, the problem for them is that without Zion, they can't materially benefit from OKC's deficiency, which is size and girth and heft. And so I think Zion would have lived in the paint if he was playing in this series, and there would have been nothing. I would have picked the Pels to beat them.
Really?
With ultimate confidence with Zion. Because they can, because when you have a weakness, the team has to be able to exploit it. Like JV he did a good job.
The other JV.
Of being bigger. The other JV.
Justin Verrier.
He did a good job of exploiting, but it's like the problem with it's like you're not gonna run post ups. You're not gonna run your offense through Valanciunas being stronger than Chet. You're not gonna get like great passes out of it. You're not gonna get like the best of looks. Like he's like pretty decent with the hook shot, but it's like it's not this incredible shot that you're gonna keep getting, and so. That's why I think they're going to have problems, man. If they had Zion, man, doing what he was doing against Ant Davis and LeBron, bruh, it'd be trouble for OKC.
We've seen, like, that game against the Lakers was maybe the best Zion's played in his career.
Yeah. But it's kind of how he's played the last 2 months, Davis though, right?
Chest, man. Yeah. He was just like, bro, I'm attacking you.
Defensive player of the year,
no matter what.
That one?
He's one of the best defenders in the league.
He's really good. No, he's a really good individual defender.
My fucking clutch brethren, man. This guy is disrespectful.
Doesn't affect the team defense on or off the court, but he's a really good individual defender.
Here we go.
Just numbers. It's just numbers, boss. I don't know what to tell you.
Here we go.
One thing about the Pelicans that I have noticed is that in the Kings game, Alvarado was incredibly impactful and super effective, and he was not nearly as effective against the Thunder.
He's legend.
You know why? He's too little. Against that Thunder team, way too little.
Yeah,
he's 6'6". Lou is 6'5". Giddey's 6'8". Jalen's 6'8". Yeah. There's just nowhere to put him, right? Because even Fox,
like he got to do it against the Casey Wallaces and the Wigginses and the Isaiah Joes.
Yeah,
but like the regular guys, he just can't make a real true impact.
Yeah. Wow. I think the Thunder. I mean, unless Ingram, I want to see them use Brandon Ingram just dribbles too fucking much, man. They need to use him off some pin downs and use him coming off screens, and he's just firing as soon as he gets the ball.
I agree.
Jason Williams used to do this thing where he would tell people, if I hit you with a bounce pass, drive. If I throw you a chest pass, shoot. Right? Like they need to have some kind of system with that, if possible, for Brandon Ingram, where like, all right, if it's a chest pass, you just got to rise up and fire. And if it's a bounce pass, use that momentum and get it into a dribble drive.
And by the way, stop trying to attack Lou Dort off the dribble.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to happen for you, bro.
At all.
Attack off the pick and roll. Attack off of a closeout. Do not attack Lou Dort in isolation. It's not happening. Please, for the love of God. We know your ego tells you Kobe system, blah, 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 blah. You don't got it, brother.
Bag Twitter loves it, though. Bag Twitter loves it. Bag Twitter.
By the way, I was having this conversation only just tangentially related, but like KD and his obsession with bag talk. And KD's a bag Twitter guy. Clearly, he loved Kyrie because of his bag.
Yeah.
And the same for Devin Booker. And I just love the idea that these guys have a bag that is somehow baggier than Steph Curry. That's like real hoopers. No, but like, like
the Timberwolves have a bag. It's a body bag that they're about to put the Suns in. That's their bag.
Bradley Beal, boy. He's owed $200 million after this season.
Good agent.
No trade clause, though.
He's got a good agent.
$200 million.
That's a pretty big bag, was
this season. He's
that's got to be over like too. That's got to be over like 6-7 seasons, though, right? That's
it's over 4.
Oh shit, that's a lot of money.
4 years.
But Maze, as you mentioned,
4 years left on his deal.
They can just trade that off, right?
Of course, wherever he wants to go.
Yeah, they can as long as they beg him and plead him. If he says, "Oh, I don't want to live in Phoenix anymore."
Yeah. Huh.
Craziness.
Well,
Ted Leonis, Lord have mercy.
That's a tough bet.
You guys are talking about bags.
What Brad Beal has done for your franchise and say it's imperative that we keep him, and we must give him $250 million to do so, even though the Supermax can only happen on this team.
He averaged 30 for a year, right? Didn't he?
He did.
Average efficiency.
Led the league.
Go look up his true shooting. Average efficiency. Volume guy. Terrible team. Brad Beal, Lord. He was always a third, second guy for real.
Well, he's the third guy on the Suns.
He's never a lead dog guy.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to be.
They have him initiating, so.
Oh.
Yeah, which is a problem.
That's never been a strength.
I'm going to initiate this transition right here to the Underdog Fantasy
combination
for Wednesday.
Rick?
UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code DING, D-I-N-G, or in the Underdog Fantasy app. So we talked about it in game 1. The Haitian sensation, Lugens Dort. He put the clamps on Brandon Ingram. 12 points on 5 of 17 shooting. 1 of 7 when guarded by Dort. That's right. The only one was a transition layup. I think this is going to continue, guys. I don't think Brandon Ingram is going to solve Lugens Dort in the last 2 days.
Lugens?
So I am taking Ingram lower than 19.5 points.
I like that.
We also talked about this a little bit. Thunder, not a great rebounding team. His name is Jonas Valanciunas. He beasted it against Domantas Sabonis. He proved that Domantas Sabonis isn't even better than Jonas Valanciunas in the play-in. And he hangs out near the basket a lot. He got 20 rebounds in game 1. You can give me Jonas higher than 0.5 double-doubles. You can give me Jonas higher than 11.5 rebounds. Either one of those. His name is Jonas. He's going to get boards tonight. Finally, the Celtics. They attempt the most three-pointers in the league, including 49 in game 1. They made 22. That's a 45% clip. Derek White went 4 of 8. 8 of his 10 shots were threes. I'm taking Derek White higher than 2.5 three-pointers made.
Oh, yeah.
That is your Underdog Fantasy
combination
for Wednesday.
All right. Of the series that are at 2-0 right now, who do we feel like is most likely to come back tied 2-2 in the series? Okay. We have the Cavs up 2-0 on the Magic. Waz, you don't like Jamal Mosley. You don't like the Magic. You don't like Paolo Banchero.
He hates the city of Orlando. He hates Mickey Mouse.
I mean, look, there was a Magic fan. I told the story
Wagner,
before.
I was the first to do the Spreewell comparison. Okay, I pioneered that cross-racial comparison. No, he's a fantastic slasher. No OJ. Rest in peace.
He's a shitty shooter right now.
OJ didn't shoot.
Which OJ?
Oh my God. I stopped paying attention for 2 seconds. What is that? What?
There was a Magic fan that tried to Photoshop a tweet of mine to make it look like I used the N-word, and he sent it to The Athletic because I didn't have Terrence Ross top 3 and 6 man.
I love hearing about this over and over again.
I'll never get over it. You want to talk Magic fans? We can talk Magic fans.
We can talk Magic.
So I think the Magic have a little bit of a bump coming at home. I think that they'll take game 3. I just don't know if they'll take game 4. They are not as good as the Cavs. And the Cavs do seem to be playing some pretty good basketball. So I don't think they're likely to go 2-2. I think that's 3-1 coming back. Wolves are up 2-0 on the Suns. I will remind you, Denver was up 2-0 on the Suns last year. Suns came back, won both those games in Phoenix, and then lost in 6. But do you think the Suns have a 2-2 in them?
Fuck no. Did you watch last night's game? Did you watch the third quarter?
Towns and Ant weren't even good last night.
And they kicked their asses.
They killed them.
They just have no answers on offense. And this team was put together with the express written consent of the NFL to dominate on offense, y'all. Like that's the point. That's the theory of this team is that they're going to kick everybody's asses on offense and the defense will be put together piecemeal. Guys, their offense is getting trashed by the T-Wolves.
The T-Wolves are just playing physical ball and there's nothing they can do about it.
There's nothing there.
Also, it's crazy to say this, but Grayson Allen out is kind of a big deal for the Suns.
That's massive. That's 47% from 3.
It's a massive loss. It's a massive. First of all, that's your first problem. Grayson Allen is
crucial to your team's chemistry and offensive rhythm.
Key figure.
But do you think so you don't think they can go 2-2? I think they could go 2-2. I still think they lose in 6 at this point, but I think we could see a repeat of last year.
Compared to the other 2-0.
They're going to go down 0-3 and they might win the Pride game. But then again, Phoenix has a propensity in elimination games to lose by 40 and 50. So
is this Waz's ventriloquism voice? What was that?
I picked Denver to sweep the Lakers, so I do not think they'll come back 2-2.
Yeah. I think the Lakers have thrown 2 very strong punches and lost both games.
You better get your credential for crypto because you don't have many more coming this year.
The Lakers are not making this series 2-2. It is an impossibility.
And that leaves the Knicks and Sixers, who, according to Joel Embiid, the Sixers are up 2-0.
They should be 2-0, and he was like looking down, and he was talking under his breath, and he sounded like he had his mom on his shoulder, and he's mumbling. Joel Embiid is tiresome. He's hurt. Tired of him.
He's hurt. He's dragging his leg up and down.
I don't give a fuck, Zach, if he's hurt. Stop your crying. Stop the blood clot crying. Okay, tired of the crying. No, he's legitimately hurt. He's clearly way less mobile than he's used to. All of that. That being said, the Knicks offense is stuck in mud. I don't see why the Sixers can't beat this fucking Knicks team 2 times at home. Are you guys watching these games? Like, this is not some...
Jalen Brunson's just been locked up, man.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not... They've completely shut off the Knicks' water on offense. Why can't they beat these guys 2 times at home? Why?
It's a good question.
Have some fucking personal pride, y'all.
I think that one has also come back 3-1.
But yeah, that being said, I can see it's coming back to New York 3-1. Facts.
How do you feel about Clippers Mavs?
The Clippers looked cooked yesterday.
No movement at all.
No movement, and their one-on-one shit was just nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. They couldn't isolate against Luka. They couldn't isolate against Kyrie. They couldn't isolate against Derrick Jones. They could not do it.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't beat anybody one-on-one. And that's what they got, these 3 superstars, the big 3.
Yeah.
I'm doing air quotes with 3 fingers, y'all. If, normally it's 2, but I'm doing it with 3.
You might even throw Russ in there? The LA 4?
Not going to throw Russ in there. No. Man, I'm not going to throw a veterans minimum guy in a big 3. No. He couldn't even get the...
Pocket watching Waz.
He couldn't even get the mid-level. He couldn't even draw the mid-level exception, y'all.
Rick Campbell had a 2 a.m. tweet last night of how is Josh Green a $41 million player and Russell Westbrook's a $4 million player. I'm like,
youth.
Did you guys see when Russell Westbrook helped one pass away off of Kyrie Irving? in a crucial moment in the fourth quarter.
Yo, Kyrie was ridiculous, man. I love when he's not being an insane person.
Insane? Yeah. No, he's bought into his role on the team. There's possessions where they basically ignore his entire existence, and he's just been cool with it. Kyrie, I clap it up for Kyrie, man. Yeah. Like, y'all know I've been a Kyrie skeptic for years, and what he's done in Dallas, I applaud him, man. Like, he's done his thing. He's lived up to his deal. He's been a model citizen. You know, don't do a close reading of his quotes, but like his play on the court, I'm into it, man.
I love how much he throws Brooklyn under the bus even still. Anytime he talks.
So pissed about the Brooklyn thing.
All right, what about your boy Doc Rivers? The Bucks and the Pacers tied 1-1. They did get a 5-second count off a timeout last night, which was fun.
That game felt like a team that's like biding its time for Giannis to come back. They got their one. They feel like this is going to be a long series. It's just the trouble with that is that's what they did last year against Miami. Different set of guys, but like that's what y'all did and y'all got smoked for it. So I don't know. I don't know.
I think if Giannis comes back, they'll be good enough. Because his Pacers team's not that good.
Oh, yeah. And like the Pacers just physically can't deal with the Bucks if once Giannis is back. I think their front line is so thin.
Yeah.
You know, Giannis is going to get that done. But yeah, they need Giannis now. Don't get it twisted. Don't be fooled by game one. They need Giannis.
Yeah.
Hopefully by game 4. Is that what we're hoping for?
I think that was the projection, according to Shams, it was 2 to 4 weeks. At the initial part of the injury, it's been 2. So this is still on the early side, but he's not doing the stuff he needs.
Would be like 3 weeks at that point.
Okay.
If he came back for game 4.
He's not doing any, like, he's not doing a plethora of like physical activities yet. But it's also Giannis, he could heal pretty quickly. So who knows? Head on over to the Count the Dings Patreon, patreon.com/countthedings.
You don't want to miss this one, folks.
Oh my God.
We're going to analyze a Waz tweet. That's the only tease you need. There is a Waz tweet that I did not feel comfortable in front of the paywall discussing. So
I'm not even be able to put it on the YouTube. I don't think we could let this be seen by anybody.
Patreon.com/countthedings.